if competing was easy, everyone would do it. If owning a business and having a successful business was easy, everyone would do it, and also with marriage, like it's not easy, like marriage and being and having kids, especially after you have kids, is a completely different animal, and there's a whole different strain of stress and challenges that are going to be thrown your way, and it's going to take sacrifice, it's going to take work, and it's going to take discipline to have a successful marriage and also have a successful relationship, especially with kids.
What's going on, podcast? We got Anthony Coussa. He is the founder of DadBod Apparel. Anthony and I have a lot in common. When he became a dad, his friends gave him a hard time for not having time to take care of his health. Taylor and I had a lot of that going on too, and we had James, didn't we, babe? A light bulb went off for the Coussas, and DadBod was born. DadBod is an apparel company that is aimed at dispelling the stereotypes that dads are shapely and lose all levels of fashion, muscle, and health. They believe in being active, not just in a literal sense, but also that we dads should be healthy fathers in our children's lives. They make simple, fashionable apparel that appeals to every type of dad. That's business executives, gym rats like me, stay at home, and I'm all those things at some level, so maybe that's why I think that they're the dopest dad apparel around. Found them on Instagram and bought a couple of shirts for me, and then a hat, and then another shirt, and then another hat, and now over like half my wardrobe is DadBod, and I love it. It's comfortable to wear at home, it's perfect for the gym. Usually after the gym I have a meeting or I take my laptop to the coffee shop to do my computer work there, and it actually looks really aesthetic and really professional, like everywhere I go. Hands down the best joggers that I've ever worn, and the hoodie is super warm and high quality. I get more compliments on this stuff than anything else that I wear. DadBod Apparel breaks the ice whenever I meet someone new. It's not your typical gym it's not your typical gym wear that's like in your face. For me, it's just a humorous, fun statement that says, I'm not trying to show off, I'm not trying to impress girls, right, babe?
Yeah, except for me.
Yeah, just you. And I'm just a dad that wants to redefine the word DadBod. Their social media is spectacular. Instagram profile. Over the years, I've been tagging them on my posts, and they've always been commenting, engaging, and sharing my pictures. Makes me feel super special. I don't know if it's been Anthony or if he has somebody else doing the social media, but whoever does it's a great job. Is it you?
It's just me. Yep.
It's you? Oh man,
Nice.
That makes me feel even more special. So this gentleman always thanks me for the support, and even though their business is exploding, he still takes the time to message back and forth with somebody like me. So that means a lot, and it really shows this guy's characters. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, DadBod.
Well, I'm out. That's it. That's a wrap. You covered everything. So, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, that was incredible, and every time very humbling, every single time. So, thank you so much for having me on and for the incredible intro and kind words. Really appreciate it.
Sure, man.
Yeah, we're excited to have you.
So when you started, did you ever expect DadBod to get this big? I mean, not like DadBods, but the company.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I mean, yes and no is the long and the short of it. I've always been very ambitious and always been very driven. So my goals were enormous from the beginning as well as right now, and I still don't even think I'm that big or have made it or successful. I mean, obviously we have some success and we've grown quite a bit. I think what's been crazy is seeing the pictures and the feedback and hearing things like what you just said. That's more impactful than like how many shirts or hats we've sold or how many followers we have on Instagram. Like seeing that kind of response and that feedback, and then getting tagged in the pictures of dads in the delivery rooms, maternity photos, newborn photos, pregnancy announcements, like every single one of those is like mind blowing to me. And that's where I didn't envision that side of it when I first started it.
Right. That's awesome.
Certainly you do this full time, correct me if I'm wrong?
I don't, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been in medical device sales for the last probably 10 years or so. I still have a medical device job that I balance. This takes up a good chunk of my time, but it's been a lot of long nights, early mornings, just trying to figure it out as I go. But yeah. Yeah.
On
So
top of having kids too, young kids.
yes.
Busy.
Yeah. So, it's just finding time and making it work, so.
What do you plan for DadBod to look like in the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, keep growing. Obviously, I want to have, as we grow, have a bigger warehouse, have more people that work with me. And then kind of from there, branch off. We really want to try to focus on the coffee this year a little bit more, kind of create that as its own
Nice.
line. Also the mom side of things. I mean, honestly, down the road, what I kind of envision is DadBod Apparel being kind of an umbrella company. And then you have DadBod Golf, DadBod OCR, DadBod Running Club, that kind of thing, where you have different apparel and different types of clothing that's geared towards those different sports. Because right now, it's probably primarily, the gym goers, the weightlifting, the CrossFitters, that kind of field, because that's what I do. Not the CrossFit, but weightlifting, so that's why it's geared towards that. So down the road, maybe having different umbrellas in different sports that it falls like different categories.
Yeah. Do you plan on doing the business full time and like trying out of your job?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Entrepreneurship all the way.
Yeah.
We thought about selling coffee through our website. We've actually been talking with some people on doing that. Why was that something that you guys decided to do?
So it was just something that kind of was naturally in line with gym goers as well with parents. I thought about supplements, but supplements are, I mean, not that coffee is not saturated, but it's such a saturated market.
Yeah.
Plus it can get kind of like touchy with what is in the supplements, what is, what ingredients are in there, what's the makeup, all that kind of stuff, especially when you get into like pre-workouts and all that kind of thing. So for me, I was like, coffee's natural. Parents drink it probably every day. A lot of people use it as a pre-workout instead of, a pre-workout. So that's why I was like, that just seems like a natural progression. And then we just decided to do kind of names that were more applicable to parents. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. We're both big coffee drinkers, and whenever we buy coffee, we always want it to be from
a small business.
Yeah, a small business or something that's cool. Like, I'm not going to name any big companies, but we have the headquarters of a very, very large coffee company not too far from us here. And
where are you guys located again?
We're in Washington.
We're in Washington.
Oh, okay.
Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah. You have a bunch of coffee up there.
Yeah. No shortage of little coffee stands, but we always try to get it from coffee stands, people that sell it online. So I think our next batch of coffee needs to come from you guys.
Yeah.
We'll have to send you some for sure.
You guys sell decaf, right?
We don't. No.
No decaf?
Parents don't need decaf.
That's what I tell him. I don't know. Like he doesn't drink regular. It's so weird. It's like you're 90 years old sometimes. Trying to watch your heart.
There's a lot of things about me that people would think I'm 90 years old until they saw me.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So does your wife work on the business side with you? Is that
she helps? Yeah, she helps. She's a full-time mom, so she's all day, every day with the two kids, and then if she can, she'll help with the business. I mean, when we were at home, when we were doing it out of the house for the longest time, it was her and I kind of. I'd be working kind of on it all day or working at my job, and then she would be at home. And then once we got the kids down, then it was both of us packing orders until, sometimes 11, 12 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys have a boy and a girl, just like we do. Yeah. And what is the greatest, okay. Was it the greatest experience for you guys just watching them grow up together and just like play with each other and just the relationship grow? Or how has that been for you guys? Because it's been like interesting. They're cute, but we've got to the fighting stage and it's not very fun. Yeah. But we are looking forward to the future when we know they're going to be closer. And
what's happening this morning, actually. He was taking all of his toys, and he's taller than she is, and so he like hides them all and stuff that like only he can reach.
Yeah.
But like, what's their relationship like? Is it?
I would say that was kind of a good word for it. It's interesting. It was like Hudson is our oldest, and he was definitely not ready for a younger sibling. And that's one thing that, I don't ever really give parents advice, but friends that have a second one coming, I'll let them know like, hey, here's one thing you might want to keep an eye out for is the jealousy aspect, because he was really young when she was born, and so he didn't understand, and so he was definitely just, I almost felt like I broke my child, because he was always such a happy baby, and then all of a sudden he would just start crying out of nowhere and just be on the ground just crying and just upset. And then there's a few times he tried to like put a roasting pan on top of her, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, no, he was not at all a fan of having her around.
Yeah.
It's definitely better now, and they're still, I mean, they still have their moments, like same thing. He takes her toys, she takes his toys, like whatever that person has, the other one wants, whatever he has, she wants. And then, but there's moments too where like you could tell they love each other and like care about each other. Like yesterday, Hudson had a little bike race at his school, at his preschool, and she was watching him, and she's almost 2, and she was all excited. Then afterwards, she ran out to him and like was standing next to her, and you could just see how she's looking at him, like just like a proud, like almost like a proud younger sister, like looking at him with like pride. And then she just like kind of gently like puts her arm around him, and I'm like, I'm standing like, oh, so like it's better. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like that their entire life. So
yeah,
we had a moment like that a few weeks ago, and we've been able to pull this off a couple of times, but like our daughter will be having a fit about something, and then like I'll have my hands full like cooking something, or like Taylor's got her hands full doing something else, and then I'll be like, James, go give your sister a kiss, and he'll go over and give her a kiss, and then now she's better. I'm like, yes.
Well, and her favorite right now is give kisses, so she's just like arms wide open, ready for him, but it's not always like that.
How old is she?
She turned 1 in November, so she's like 16 months old. 17.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
November what?
Oh, sorry.
November what?
24th.
Oh, it's my wife's birthday.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the 22nd, but then my C-section got pushed, so
yeah.
I always think the 22nd because that's what was in my mind for so long.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Kidbod, you guys are a healthy family. We assume that you guys are intentional about their nutrition. What does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was talking to someone else about this the other day. They eat what we eat, so they relatively eat pretty healthy. But at the same time, they're kids, and we allow them to be kids. So, they have sugar, they have juice, they have, candy every so often. Obviously, we have to bribe them, so they'll usually have some small like treat after dinner. But their dinners are our dinner, so they're eating chicken and all Brussels sprouts and broccoli and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's something that we don't let them just eat whatever they want, but at the same time, too, we're not like, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. So
yeah,
it's pretty much how it is with us too. It sounds like you guys have a flexible approach too, so that like it's not like they're strict keto or strict anything to the point to where like when they go to a party and there's cake and stuff, it's like
and that's exactly it. It's like if you see them as like I remember when I was a kid growing up, like my mom definitely fed us very healthy. And so like I would always, if I was at a friend's house, like if they had Lunchables, I was like all about it, or something that we didn't have it at that much in our house, So
yeah, toddlers are tough when it comes to feeding. It's like one day they like something and the next day it's every day. Yesterday they liked bananas, today they don't.
I know.
Broccoli, and today they think it's the worst thing ever. But.
Right. Exactly.
Where they want something that's on your plate, even though the same thing is on their plate.
It's just cut.
Yep. I know.
Every time I eat. Yeah. They're so funny.
So you competed before as a men's physique athlete. Do you have any aspirations to step on stage again? And like, would that even be possible having kids and having everything that you have going on now?
No, I don't is the short answer. It was a good experience, but it was just, it was enjoyable. And it definitely taught me a lot of different traits and a lot of different workout kind of habits and mentalities. Like I still do cardio every morning. And I got that probably from competing. But it was just not so much the diet or the working out, but it took a toll on my body. And
Yeah.
it's something that I wouldn't want to, I don't think I could actually, because I did get a DVT from it. So a blood clot from competing. So I'm still on blood thinner. So it's something that, like, you know, it just wouldn't be worth it for me. But,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's just with kids now too, like, I don't want to miss out on stuff and go through that life again of really being so strict that I can't do certain things or eat certain things with my kids. So
Yeah.
no, it was fun, but no, that chapter is closed.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, the last show that I did was in Edmonton, and she was pregnant with
like 3 weeks before
with our daughter. Yeah, and we were just kind of like, man, this is it. We got to make this count, because once she's born, there's going to be no way for years. And so yeah, I'm taking about 8 to 10 years off, because
8 to 10 years off.
Yeah, seriously, because I want to be competitive. Like, I want to win. You know, I don't want to, like, I've stepped on stage a lot, and I don't want to just step on stage just to do it again. You know, it's like I've been there, done that. So I want to be competitive, and I did all the math. And if I put on 2 pounds of muscle a year, I should be pretty competitive, and I'll be able to beat the people that beat the same level of competitors that beat me at my last couple shows. So my calculations are correct. About 8 years is what it's going to take anyway. So it's a long, slow bulk until then.
Well, and it just takes away from every aspect of our life. It takes away from family. It takes away from business. It takes away from everything.
It's an extreme sport. Yeah, everything has to take a backseat to it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Did you do the NPC, or what'd you do?
INBF.
Okay, so the natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted that WNBF card so bad, and
someday.
Many times where I was on stage, I was like, don't call my number. In second place, Colt Milton. Again.
Yeah.
All right, though. Learning experience.
No, we'll get there, but different chapter.
So I want to know how you guys have your, like, do you guys like schedule lots of family time, or how do you guys make time for all of you as a family now that you're building a business and now that you work full time? I mean, what does that look like for you guys?
It's not that much different than, like, if you work a normal 9 to 5 at this point. You know, I mean, I'm gone the majority of the days for work, and then, you know, when I get home, it's just one of those things that I try to be more mindful of being on my phone or doing work while I'm home, because in reality, I'm only seeing the kids now kind of a few hours in the evening before they have to go to bed anyway. So when I'm there, I'm trying to, like, really actually, and I mean, they wouldn't let me anyway. Like, they're all over me when I'm home. So for me, it's just being with them and really, like, you know, we have dinner together as a family and sit down, no TV, or, I mean, we try to get them to sit down, but, you know, just sit and eat dinner as a family. And then usually we'll watch a show or watch a little bit of a movie, and then, you know, bath time and then bed. And so, you know, just being with them and doing that. And the weekends now, thankfully, I don't have to work at the like on the business as much as I did before. So I have more time on the weekends, which has been awesome, because before it was literally probably 363 days a year that I was working, you know, for the last 3+ years. So yeah,
startups take everything, every last second that you have available.
So we work from home, and I have to designate between, like, dad's working, aka office hours, and family time, so I can get my work done, and so that Taylor and the kids know not to disturb me during these times, because nothing gets done then. So it sounds like you've had to learn how to work right around that.
Having the warehouse helps, because before, when I was at home, there would have to be that, because they're all over you and they don't know, right? But having the warehouse helps because you're not there, you know. So that has helped with, like, the distractions. And one of our biggest projects lately has been our YouTube videos, and I do voiceovers for all my videos. And so, like, I'll literally be at the end of a voice recording, and he's being so quiet and good, and then he, like, yells at one of his toys. I'm like, start over.
Yeah.
We look forward to having a warehouse and office space, hopefully within, like, the next year.
Yeah, we should get one pretty soon. We're gonna need one.
Yeah, it'll make life much easier.
So around around these days, like at this point in your life, are you still pretty strict with your personal diet and your workout routine?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Much to my wife's frustration, but yeah, I still eat pretty clean. Still going to the gym twice a day.
Oh, 2 a days.
Yeah, I mean, I like to start my day off with cardio. It just helps with everything. Helps me wake up, helps me get my mind right. It helped a lot. Last year, this year, just kind of, I'll either listen to podcasts or music or get caught up on Instagram. So a lot of the times, like the night before, that's when I'll get caught up and respond or comment back to everybody. And then, you just feel better. You feel more awake. You feel more energized. Plus, like, it's all mental for me, man. Honestly, like, I feel like if I don't go to the gym for a day or for 2 days, or if I don't do cardio for a few days, I just feel like I'm fat and I feel like I'm out of shape and I feel like my arm's getting smaller. I feel like my chest's getting smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and she's like sitting there like eating Girl Scout cookies. Sorry, she's gonna kill me for that one too. She's not. She eats very well. I'm kidding, but like she looks great. But I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'll make a comment like I'm losing everything, and she's like, "Will you shut up?" Like, so yeah.
Dude, I feel the same way.
Especially this last year, you really felt like that.
Yeah. So I'm on the carnivore diet, right? So like I'm eating basically like nothing but steak right now.
Sure.
And so every time I eat a steak, like I take a rest day because I know I need to, because I'm in a bulk right now. I'm in a building phase. So when I'm like, when it's a rest day, I take it because I need it. Like I really need that time to recover. But that Sunday night dinner, every time it just doesn't taste as good. I just like don't feel like I deserve it. I don't feel like why am I even eating this? I'm not, like, I didn't work out today. Like, and I know that that's a horrible place to be mentally, but that's just where I'm at right now. So.
Oh yeah. Body dysmorphia is real, man. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I literally, like if I take 2 days off, I feel like I'm just like you. I feel skinny fat. Like I'm getting and all my muscles gone. And and what's crazy is you come back and you're probably strong and you probably take those couple days off anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. What are your favorite exercises in the gym, man?
Favorite exercises. I like chest day. I mean, probably everything but legs. If I'm being completely honest. I was just telling my buddy about this. I was literally just telling my buddy this the other day. Like literally yesterday, I was telling my buddy this. I was like, I just don't like legs. Because I had to do legs yesterday, and get through. You feel better afterwards, but there's some days that I feel better, or feel more like ready to do that. But yeah. Legs.
No offense to you, but men's physique, it's like legs. We got board shorts on.
That's what I said to him too, because he was saying, I like growing my legs. I'm like, sure. I mean, my legs have gotten bigger, they've gotten more definition, but like, and covered in pants or shorts, like, who cares? I see them, but that's about it. So.
Yeah. Well, you pull off the men's physique, what the judges are looking for, very, very well though. Like you look like natural, like you're comfortable in your own skin. I do men's physique every single show and I always take like dead last place, and it's just kind of a joke. It's like, I just hate being backstage, not doing anything. It's like, if I'm already in shape and like, shredded for bodybuilding, it's like, I might as well throw out for men's physique. Sure. But no, I just look awkward. And they're like, you're not supposed to flex. I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing up here then? Like, just look right. Like, I can't,
Yeah.
It's dude.
It's changed a lot though. Like men's physique's changed a lot, because when I did it was kind of like that, like flex but don't flex, and now obviously and I did NPC, but now it's like they're monsters and they're flexing, and it's like their routines are like essentially like bodybuilders routines, plus the way they look was like Arnold when he was doing bodybuilding. Like the men's physique guys are enormous, and actually I think a lot of them are larger than the classic physique guys in the NPC. Because like classic physique, you have height and weight categories you have to fall in. Men's physique, you don't. It's just height. So, I was going up, and the guys that I compete against were probably 20 pounds heavier than I was on stage, because, there's nothing else preventing that. So
it's not the same at all anymore. Yeah, no, I saw a meme that had like you've seen those pictures of bodybuilders where like their traps like come up like their head and stuff. And like it's just like people edited the photos to make them look ridiculously huge. And there's a picture of a guy like that, and the caption was, "This is going to be men's physique in 2025."
Jesus, maybe. I mean, they look incredible. Like some of the guys are insane, you know, and the dedication you have to do to get to that point is just crazy, you know. But
Who are some of your favorite athletes
in men's physique,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't necessarily follow sport for like the people that are all sponsored in the top 5 at Olympia or anything. Like I have a lot of friends and people that have followed the brand, that support the brand, that are IFBB pros and that compete in men's physique, and they're awesome. Like some of the guys that support the brand are just really, really cool. So
Yeah.
that's where it's been fun for me, is seeing these guys that are like, there's been a few guys that have actually competed on Olympia that support the brand, that rock the brand. Daniel Ammons, shout out to you, man. Stephen Pinto, shout out to you. I mean, one of the cool things too was Jeremy Buendia has bought a lot of stuff, and
No way.
and yeah, and they're supposed to have their baby any day now. So, you know,
That's so cool.
big congratulations joining the family. But yeah, they announced their pregnancy with one of my hats on. So that was pretty awesome.
That's so cool.
And he's super cool. Like honestly, super cool guy. Like message, bought it, everything. So really cool guy.
Yeah, and that's got to be super gratifying. Yeah, no, one of our dreams is to. There's a lot of bodybuilders that we're pretty tight with that have our dumbbells, but to see somebody on stage and see somebody do well and be like, "Yep, see those bicep peaks." I got a patent on why those are so big.
Yeah.
What was your what did your diet look like, and like has that changed at all now, like as far as what you eat, or you just like you just kind of like follow if it fits your macros or anything in particular?
Yeah, no, I've actually never done macros. Even when I was competing, I did more of like the measuring out everything and then every 2 hours eating.
Okay.
I know for me, like the way that I am, if I started getting in that train of thought of like macros, I'd become obsessive with it, where I'm like gonna look at every little thing and worry about everything wherever I eat.
Every single crumb.
Yeah. And so I've done every diet. I've done keto. I've done kind of Atkins, no carb cycling. Well, what my wife and I do now, which has been honestly my favorite, is we do intermittent fasting. So we have our window. We eat from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. because that's kind of in line with the kids.
Yeah.
And I love it because I actually get to eat carbs. I kind of eat what I want. I kind of eat more intuitively. So if I crave something, I just eat it. Versus before, honestly, like I can't tell you. I don't know. Like before, I don't know the last time I had a sandwich, or I had, you know, a burrito, or I had, you know, fruit without even thinking twice about it. So now with this, it's like I eat fruit, I eat toast in the morning, you know, I eat whatever it is. I feel like I look better than I did before. Definitely more full. But yeah, I enjoy that way more than all other stuff.
So funny that you mentioned intermittent fasting. Yeah, our last episode was with Melanie Avalon, author of What, When, When, and she was saying that her eating window consists of a lot of fruit and a lot of fruit, and a lot of meat.
Protein.
Yeah, a lot of protein.
Yeah. That's
too cool. Cool, man. Yeah, I just had a couple other questions about competing, and then that's pretty much all we had. What was your favorite part about stepping on stage?
I think the coolest part is just seeing where your body can go and where you can take your body. You know, for me, I'm not that person that's just blessed with abs. My abs were the last thing to come in and the first thing to go.
Dude,
yeah, it sucks. So I mean, I have to be like down damn near 4% body fat to have abs.
Yeah.
And so to get to that point was pretty awesome. But I think it's just cool to see like how far you could take your body and like actually putting in discipline to do that. You know, that was for me. And then also I met some really cool guys from doing it that I'm still friends with, that are genuinely good people. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So the camaraderie backstage is pretty cool when everybody's had to put so much on the line and work for something that they want so bad.
Exactly.
It's a pretty awesome feeling. Yeah. What was your athletic background before men's physique?
I played sports growing up. I played water polo, volleyball. Kind of one of those people that's competitive in almost every sport, but not like
Wow.
elite level in anything. You know, better than average at most, but not like damn. You know, so I had a compound fracture when I was 17.
You're the first water polo guy that we've had on our show, and that
Yeah,
not a sport that's for the faint of heart.
yeah, it's fun. I loved
Did
it.
you play water polo?
My dad did. Yeah, he grew up in La Mesa, outside of
Okay.
San Francisco.
Yep. Yeah, I grew up in Santa Barbara, so Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, I had a compound fracture when I was 17, so my humerus came out of my skin, and that kind of shattered all. Yeah, that shattered like all like sports aspirations in college and everything like that. Because I did want to try to play in college, but that was that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Awesome.
That sounds like a horrible recovery.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, there's still 2 plates and 14 screws in my arm still.
Oh.
So
Thanks.
All right, so we got 2 questions left. First one is, as young entrepreneurs ourselves, what's one piece of advice that you could send Taylor off with that's something that you've learned from your experience?
I would just say just keep going and keep persevering. And then also, and I'm still trying to get better at this, and I still struggle with this, is just knowing that there's lows that are going to happen, and there's going to be peaks and valleys, and to not get super discouraged or hard on yourself or you know, just depressed in the valleys, and just appreciate the peaks when they come. But you know, that's just part of it. It's hard. I mean, it's, you guys know, it can be very lonely, and it can also be like, I mean, it's insanely stressful. You know, my job is medical device sales, which is also incredibly high stress, and it does nothing compared to what owning this business has done in terms of stress level. So
Right. Oh yeah.
Wow, cool. And that segues perfectly into our last question too, is how has competing and sports and taking your physical health seriously, how has that supersetted into other areas of life, like your business, your relationships? supersetyourlife.com, that's our business name, and that's our you know, a superset in the gym, obviously you know what a superset is.
Yeah.
So when you do bench press, you're going to be able to do better at a back exercise or a bicep work exercise immediately after, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and they don't really know scientifically why that is in most cases. So have you found your experience, and when you had to put so much on the back burner trying to get a trophy, and I don't even know what place you got, but
not good. Not good at all.
I can relate. But having to work so hard at something, have you found those same principles to be applicable to what you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because you have to be disciplined. You have to be willing to put in long hours, sacrifice sleep, just sacrifice certain aspects of life in all of it, right? So, you know, and I think that's key in having your own business. You're going to have to sacrifice certain things. You're going to have to sacrifice weekends. You're going to have to sacrifice sleep. And then same thing with having a good relationship. You're going to have to make sacrifices for your wife, for your partner, that you may not want to do or you may not be willing to do. But, you know, if you have an end goal and you have a vision that where you want to be or what you want to be, it's going to take work. It's going to take sacrifice. You know, the cliche term, if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's true. Like, if competing was easy, everyone would do it. If owning a business and having a successful business was easy, everyone would do it. You know, and also with you know, marriage, like it's not easy. Like marriage and being and having kids, especially after you have kids, is a completely different animal. And there's a whole different strain of stress and challenges that are going to be thrown your way. And it's going to take sacrifice, it's going to take work, and it's going to take discipline to have a successful marriage and also have a successful relationship, especially with kids, you know, so.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's well said. We can note all that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Anthony.
No, thank you guys.
Where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, our Instagram is DadBod_apparel. Our website's just dadbodapparel.com. We're on Facebook, DadBod Apparel. We have a YouTube. I never do anything on there, but it's a goal to start posting more on there. But that really covers the main social platforms as well as our website. So
Yeah.
Great.
Well, sir, this interview has been everything we had hoped it would be. Thank you for
Yes, thank you for
putting
joining
us in your
No,
very busy schedule. We
yeah,
are grateful, we're blessed, and thanks for being on the show, man.
of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us for this entire episode. If you found this entertaining or if you found it helpful, we ask if you would please share this and help spread the word. To make sure that you don't miss future weekly episodes, we have a new episode every Saturday morning. You can subscribe to the podcast, and it would mean the world to us if you would leave us a rating or a review on iTunes or whatever platform that you're listening on. And if you're listening to this audio, remember that you can watch the video on YouTube. We are not on Patreon or any other service for donations. This content is our gift to you. If you would like to support the show, we do invite you to our website, supersetyourlife.com, where you will find our retail pages for our very own Skullbellz workout equipment line, hats, t-shirts, coaching services, and my stand-up comedy booking information. On the website, you will also find the link to subscribe to our weekly newsletter to be informed of new product announcements, sales, and all information to be up to date on what is going on. Finally, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at supersetyourlife.com. Thanks again, and God bless. Also, the audio is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Probably a couple other ones I don't even know about. Thanks a lot.